Alright, so yeah, basically this is the top 5 center builds in NBA 2K23. Kicking this list off is going to be an all-around center build. First and last name, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And then obviously for your position, just go center. For the body settings, you guys see I'm going 6'11", 229, 7'5" for the wingspan. These are the best all-around body settings. You're going to be able to do everything in this game very, very well. Everything you guys are going to want a center build to do, this build can absolutely do. Now, starting things off for the driving dunk, you're going to want this at an 85. As well for the standing dunk, you're going to want this at a 90. For the driving layup, put this up to a 70. Go with an 85 close shot. And then for the post control, you're just going to want this at a 74. You guys see 24 total finishing badges is very, very good. You're not going to be a super good post scorer, but you definitely can post score if you get switched onto a guard. As well, with an 85 driving dunk, you're going to get pro contact dunks. And with a 90 standing dunk, you're going to get elite big man contact dunks. Also, make sure you guys like the video or else you will not get another contact dunk again. Like, trust me, bro, when you go to the park and you're not getting any contacts, this is why. Moving on to shooting, this is very much so a popper build, so we're going to go with an 85 3-point rating. That's basically it. That's really all you need. You're getting 18 total shooting badges, as well as silver limitless range, so you will be able to shoot from deep. Definitely a very good shooting build. Now for playmaking, you're going to want to go with a 70 pass accuracy. Really, 70 is all you need. Anything higher than that is kind of just brownie points, if I'm being honest. Definitely do want to make sure you're able to pass the ball a little bit. Then for defense, you're going to want to go max block. Go with a 93 defensive rebound. Go up to a 71 for your offense rebound, go up to a 73 for your steal, and go with a 67 for your perimeter. Also, just tap up your interior defense one rating. Now, you guys can just see right here, 28 defensive / rebounding badges. Very crazy, very good. Rim protection is going to be very good. You're going to be pretty quick, able to get a ton of passing lane steals, and defensive rebounds very good as well. And then moving on to the physicals, you're going to go max speed, max excel, go up a little bit on the strength to a 58, and then go with a 75 vert, and then go with an 88 stamp. Now, I know 58 strength is a little bit low, but honestly, you don't need a ton of strength. If you box out beast on gold, you're never going to get wormed by, so strength is pretty much useless for rebounds. You're not really going to be post scoring on this build, so strength really isn't that important. And if you do want to post score, you do get silver back down. I mean, like, yeah, strength is really just not that super important. Now, moving on to the takes, for the first take, definitely go with stuff blocks. And then if you want to make more of a popper build, I recommend going limitless for your secondary takeover. That way, if you do get limitless range takeover, you can just spot up at the hash. And you guys see I built an inside out scorer with 28 defensive / rebounding badges and a 99 block. Like, I don't know why defense isn't in the name whatsoever, but now let's move on to build number 2. Alright, so center build number 2 is also going to be kind of an all-around type build, but it's going to focus much more on the defensive side of things. First things first, a center obviously for your position. Go with 7', 232, 7'10" for your wingspan. I made this build right here because I wanted really good defense, but I also wanted to stretch the floor. Mainly because if I'm playing with a 6'9" build, I want to be able to spot up corner, but also have very good defense for like the twos and stuff. Moving on to finishing, first things first, go with an 85 driving dunk and a 90 standing dunk. Then pump up your driving layup a little bit to a 71 and then go with an 80 close shot. 19 total finishing badges, very good obviously. As well, you do get a ton of contact dunks on this build with pro normal contact dunks and elite big man contacts. Now, I do want to be able to stretch the floor a little bit just sitting in the corner and stuff, so I went with a max 3-point rating at a 79. Now, this is not really a popper build, if I'm being honest. It's more or less just kind of like a corner sitter build. As I said, I use this build a ton whenever I'm playing with a 6'9" who ISOs, and I basically just sit corner. Now, moving on to playmaking, obviously, only thing that matters for this build is going to be pass ac, which I have at a 69. Honestly, really, that's all you need to make sure all your passes are not getting stolen. Now, obviously, as I said, I wanted really good defense on this build, and as well, really good rebounding. So, starting things off, 99 block rating, pretty decent. As well, 99 defensive rebound, pretty decent. 70 offensive rebound, then we're going to go up to a 61 for the steal, go up to a 54 for the perimeter defense, and then you're going to get 27 total badges. Defense on this build is kind of crazy. Then basically for the physicals, max speed, max excel, max strength, 75 vert, and an 88 stamina. And then I guess you have one more rating. I would just recommend throwing it on perimeter defense. This honestly might be the best 2 center build in this game if you're not using screen. Then moving on to the takes, go with first stuff block, second see the future. Honestly, kind of rare for me to ever get double takeover on this build. I basically, as soon as I get primary takeover, I just pop it. And then as you guys can see, I built an interior finisher. I really don't understand how 2K comes up with names at this point. Alright, so for this next build, it's going to be an inside center build. mostly for like 5v5, pro-am, rec center, things of that nature. Obviously, position goes center. The body settings go 7'2", 236, 8 foot for the wingspan, and then defined for the body shape. I know a lot of other centers right now are 7'3", but if you do go 7'3", you will not get the elite big man contact dunk package, which this year is very, very powerful. Now, starting things off for our finishing, we're going to go with an 85 close shot rating. As well, we're going to go with a 80 driving dunk rating, a 74 close shot rating, a 90 driving dunk, and then an 87 post control. Obviously, you guys can see inside this build can just do absolutely everything very, very well. You're going to get a ton of standing contact dunks, and as well, if you want to post score, this build can post score very, very well. Yeah, finishing is just crazy on this build. For shooting, obviously, this is kind of an inside center, so we're not upgrading anything except for free throw. Put this up to a 65. Do want to make sure you're not bricking free throws. As well, for playmaking, only thing that matters, pass act, put this up to a 69. And then moving on to the defensive / rebounding of this build, this is honestly just insane. First things first, obviously max block rating at 99, also max offensive rebound at 99. Go with a 63 steal, and then go with a 60 perimeter and an 82 interior defense to give you 30 total badges. If you get dunked on using this build, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now for the physicals, basically all we're going to do is just max everything out. And yeah, that's basically how I upgrade this build right here. Now for the takeovers, first I recommend going stuff blocks. And secondary takeover, I recommend going see the future. Stuff blocks is definitely the best center takeover in this game in my opinion. And then see the future, obviously extremely good as well. And then glass cleaning finisher as a name. Let me know down below in the comment section if you still care about names. I absolutely don't whatsoever. Alright, so for the next center build, it's going to be kind of unorthodox. It is a center build I have used a little bit, but it is a little bit weird. Starting things off, position center. And then we're going to go down to 6'9", go 224 and 7'6" for the wingspan. Obviously, this is an extremely undersized center build, but honestly, undersized center builds are kind of good this year. Alright, so starting things off for finishing, all we're going to do is max out the dunk rating and pretty much just bump everything up a little bit, get a few more badges. You should be able to get 20 total. Most center builds I know probably have more standing dunk than they do driving dunk or like similar ratings. But I wanted a build where all I literally do is set a screen, roll to the basket, then I just get thrown a lob. Also, I just want a build that I can just get a ton of contact dunks with, and that's this build right here with Hall of Fame posterizer. Now for shooting, obviously, got to be able to space the floor a little bit. So we're going to go with an 83 3-point rating and just leave everything else the same. You're going to get 17 total badges. You will be able to green on this build, whether it's from pick and pops or just sitting corner. Also, this is the only build on this list that's capable of dribbling. You guys see for the ball handling rating, we're going to go up to an 80. We're also going with only a 52 speed with ball and a 65 pass accuracy. Now let me just say, a speed with ball does not matter whatsoever in this game. It does matter to get the good dribbling styles, but all the good dribbling styles are 75 speed with ball anyways, and we really can't get that on this build. Trust me, if you know what you're doing, this build can 100% ISO. It's honestly kind of crazy. One thing that I definitely like about having dribbling on this center build is that if you're going up against a 7'3" center in like Park or something, you can literally just ISO them and they will not be able to keep up with you. Alright, so for defense, for the steal, we're going to put this up to an 85. As well, for the block rating, we're going to go down to a 93. For the offensive rebound rating, we couldn't put this up super high. We're only going with an 85. For the defensive rebound, we're going up to an 85. Couldn't get this super high, unfortunately. And then we're going to go with a 65 offensive rebound. And for the perimeter defense, put this up to 69. And also make sure interior defense is at 73. Now you guys see 24 badges, honestly pretty decent. The thing that I like most about the center build is the fact that you're able to get 85 steal, which is definitely very crazy. Like if a center ever even tries to put the ball on the floor for even like half a second, just run up, press square, you'll get the steal every single time. Now for the physicals, basically max out your speed, also max out your excel. Make sure you have at least an 82 vertical, so that way you can get elite contacts. Okay, yeah, also make sure you drop down your strength rating to a 48. That way you can get a 91 stamina. Definitely don't want to end up with like a 76 or whatever I had before. Now for the takeovers, go with first finishing moves as your first takeover. Now for your secondary takeover, you can go with sharpshooting, or I'm just going to go with stuff wall. And as you guys see, I built an inside out scorer with 24 defensive badges. Bro, 2K does not put defense in names, I swear. Alright, so for the last center build of this video. As for the last center build of this video, this is going to be like a tall, kind of stretch 5 type of build that can also just do everything very well. First, we're going 7'1", 235, 7'6" for the wingspan. These body settings do give you a ton of key attributes, such as an 85 3-point rating, an 86 strength rating, and a 93 defensive rebound rating. Now starting things off for the finishing, obviously this is going to be pretty decent. It's not really a build that you're going to get a ton of contact dunks with, but I do want at least a little bit of finishing so I can finish inside. Obviously, you guys can kind of see the build is shaping up to be the weakest finishing build on this list, but somehow we are still getting 20 finishing badges. Really, just don't try to go for a contact dunk on this build. If you get switched onto a guard, you can 100% just bully it, but yeah, don't expect to get bailed out. Alright, so for shooting, obviously, we want this to kind of be a stretch 5 build. Starting things off, we're going with an 85 3-point rating as well as a 75 mid-range rating. You guys see 20 shooting badges, very, very good, as well as silver limitless ranges, silver agent 3s. You're going to be running a ton of pick and pops on this build. For playmaking, the only thing that matters is obviously pass hack. We're putting this up to a 70. Then obviously we can't just neglect defense. So we're going with a 99 block rating, a max defense rebound rating at a 93. That way we can get gold rebound chaser. As well, you guys can see we're going basically maxed out for the steal and a 78 for the perimeter defense for 26 total badges. Now moving on to the physicals, what we're going to do for these right there is just max out the speed rating, max out the excel, max out the strength, go with a 65 vertical. Actually, what I recommend doing is drop down the speed rating 1 to get you an 85 stamina. Definitely much better. And yeah, that's the 5th center build. For the takes, what I pretty much went with is stuff box and then limitless range. You can flip these takeovers if you want to, but stuff box is just very good. And you guys see I built a stretch 5, which is honestly a really cool name. I don't know if it's super representative of this build, but we definitely take it. Yeah, with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for the video. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I'm out.